Alrighty, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Okay, so today we are continuing on with our car build in Roblox Studio. So in the last two videos, we found some wheels and we attached them using constraints to some parts. And then we added some springs, and then we had to make the springs not flop over. And then we just connected those to hinges, theoretically making this have a suspension. Okay, so in today's video, we're just going to continue on with the quote-unquote vehicle, and we are going to turn this into more of a vehicle and less of a, I don't know what you want to call this, a thing. So, oh yes, that's right. So first thing we want to do is let's model some new parts here. Okay, so let's see. What we'll do is we can take this and we can make it can't collide false, and I'll just change this transparency to this for now. So forget about this being the car, and now this here, yeah, same with this, I can change that transparency to this. There we go, to 1, so we can't see it. And now what we're going to do is we're going to model a car this way, right? So what we need to build first is the car itself, or a truck, or whatever it is that you feel like you want to model. We could do that, and this, let's see, we don't need this. This could be totally transparent. We can just forget about that. Okay. Now, what we do want to do is we want to make this one. See, now none of the parts I've made so far are massless. So at some point we're going to need to be careful because we're going to start to compress the suspension. So we'll have to calibrate that as we continue to add parts to the vehicle. Or you can make the parts that you're adding weigh nothing. Alright, so then we're going to create a weld, and instead of welding it to the vehicle seat, we're going to weld it to that part. So now every time we duplicate this piece, it's going to be welded to the body. And then what we can do is we'll put this inside the car, and we will group this as a model. Okay, and we can call this a body. Just like that. And then now what we can do is, let's see if we can model something here. Oh, this one's going to have to come up to at least there. That's just our seat, so I know like if it's a two-seater. Alright, as you can see, it's welded. So we'll duplicate that. Let's see here. This is just the wheel well. Just the wheel well. Right, something like that. Duplicate that. Rotate it. We could even scale this. I mean, this isn't going to look like anything. It's not supposed to look like anything fantastic. It's just... this is just an example, right? We're building a custom car. Hopefully you have an idea of what you want your custom car to look like. This again is just an example of what a, you know, if you don't want to use a chassis and you want to make something a little more you, you know, unique to you. Now we can see how that looks. Oh yeah, there's not enough room for the wheel well's too tight. So we can just make that non-collidable. We can make that collidable. That might be it actually. Sort of. No, I'll have to make more of it. Probably this here. Oh, something happened there. That was probably it. Now we are going to be turning this into a neat little game, so I hope you're ready. Right now, obviously, like I say, we're still scaling, building and scaling. So, oh yeah, there we go. So you're gonna have issues when you're building and scaling. Nice. Teeny little wheels. So funny. But we can even turn this into like a little pickup truck. We could do something like that. And we could just scale this to here like that. And then we could just make a little cab for it. You know, we can make the wheels bigger. We can scale it. Obviously, your model is like a Flintstones car. Your model is obviously going to be a lot better than this. You know, that's just a neat little example. Of what's possible. Okay, that's way too tall. I'll have to put a dummy in there. There you go. Delivery Express. Oh boy, I should have picked larger wheels. These things are tiny, absolutely tiny. My goodness, my goodness, my goodness. All right, let's go to this here, and let's just do this. Now I'll have to do some redemption here. We'll have to figure out. I'll have to do some redemption here because this is, you know, something like that. Some little doors. Wow, I really realized that the. Okay, so now we want to add some sound to it, and let's finish with some of the code here. So in the vehicle script, we had the mouse button is our drive, and I want to change the mouse button over to this. And then this is going to be W, and yeah, W. And this is going to be S. See what that does. Oh, it just goes. All right. Input ended W, otherwise the input doesn't end. Yes, okay. That's right. So W down is forward, and then when you release it, you stop. And then we can connect S to the reverse. Then in our vehicle script, we need to say if a variable is equal to reverse, then right here. Hey, there we go. Now we've got forward and reverse. Tiny wheels. But that, I mean, that's it. That's it. Right? So now what you can do is you can program any of the other things that you want. So we can let's add some lights. Let's add some lights. So we go to model, we go to home, and then we insert a cylinder. Call this group as a model. Lights. Put that in the body. We want to weld this here. There we go. And then we can that, duplicate that, and we can duplicate this. And then we can say low, high, high B, and low B. We could do what HASI does and put them in groups and then search for the groups, and we can do it that way also. But we're just trying to make this real simple vehicle. So what we want to do in our functions, we want to say, now how do we want to do this one? This is where you can get creative now. So now we could add to our interface, and we could actually make buttons on the screen that the player can press, which can turn on the lights. Or we can have a button on the keyboard that they press. Let's see. We say light, and if we make this L, then in here we can say if variable is equal to lights, then, oh, it's light. Let's see, script dot parent dot body dot lights dot low, and then we'll copy this, and that'll be low B. Let's see, dot material equals neon dot material equals neon. Let's try that. Oh, cool. So now we got our own little headlights, okay? So now what we need to do is the fire server light, and then what we need to do is we need to actually insert a bool value, which is a true and false, and then we could just say on for this one here. And then what we'll do is we'll actually need to add another script inside here. So we'll need to go insert object, a script, and this is our light script, light, and we need to say while true do, and then we want to say wait if script dot parent dot on dot value is equal to true, then what do we want to do? We want to say script dot parent dot low, and we want to say script dot parent dot low B. We'll say dot material equals neon dot material equals neon. And then what we want to do is we'll so when we fire this, instead of doing it here, we're going to say script parent dot body dot lights dot on dot value equals true, and we could say if then, and we'll take this, copy it, paste it, equals that false. Else, just like that. What's going on? All right. Now it should be like a toggle, and when you press it, the lights should go on, and then when you press it again, the lights should turn off. No, they don't. I wonder if that's because of this. Input began, if we need to end it, if we need to end the input from that, so let's see if we do that. Just tell it to wait, maybe. I wonder how long it'll wait for. Let's find out. No. How do we end this function? Yeah, we could. I guess we could try that, but I guess we could try that. Let's see. We could just do that, make it blank. Fire the server for no reason. You know, it probably actually is working. I just didn't finish the code because I didn't. Oh yeah, I make it false. But what happens when it's false, right? So in here I need to say else. This needs to be we can just make it plastic, glass. There we go. There we go. But I don't know if I need to fire the variable. Now let's check to see if we need this. Because maybe it did work the first time and I didn't need to change it here. Let's see. Yeah, perfect. Just like that. It worked. And now it's a toggle. So then with our high beams, we can say same thing, but we can make this H, and we could say light with an S, and then we can duplicate this, and we could say on high, and then here we can copy this. And we can say lights, but on, there we go. And now what we want to do is we can also insert a spotlight into here, right? We will insert object, a light. Let's say it's a spotlight, and we want to make it point that left, right, maybe the range we want to give it like 9. Duplicate, and that can go into there. Oh, and then we want to say enabled false. Enable false. And we can duplicate that and put that into here. And maybe its range is going to be like double. Huh, I wonder why. Oh, because it's not enabled. Yeah, exactly. There we go. Okay, let me restart the music here. Okay. So now in here we can say, copy this, and we can duplicate it. But instead of changing the material, we can say low dot spotlight dot enabled equals true. Spotlight dot enabled equals true. False. And then we need to do another one for the high beams. And we can turn this to high. There we go. Oh, because they're both connected to... There we go. We have our lights. We have our high beams. Alright, now we need brake lights. So like we could take these here. I could duplicate it. Rotate it there. Make it red. Break A and break B, and then we can just change the color to red. Change the color here to red. And now these ones, brakes are a little bit different because we do variable stop. So we can say script .parent .body .lights .break A. And then we could say material equals neon, material equals neon, and then Gotta get the spotlight. Then what else do we have here? Neon and that. Right, and then when we go forwards, take this and we have to reverse this here. So we could make this glass. There we go. Yeah, so when it drives, see that? When it stops. And now we need a reverse light on it, which we'll make next. I'm just being lazy with this. Make them white. And that, make that white as well. And then for, in our vehicle script, for reverse, but this will be dot lights dot reverse. All right, and this is going to be false. And this is going to be glass. Oh, nice. Cool. So now we've kind of made our own little vehicle. It kind of drives around. What it really needs now is a little bit of some sound. So if we go into home and we go to the toolbox, I'm gonna look at audio, and we see car, just like that. Let's see what do we got here. Oh, perfect. So that's perfect for this for this little one. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna insert in the vehicle seat. We're gonna insert that sound. Then in the vehicle seat, we're going to insert an object, a script. And this is going to be our sound script. So, when they activate the prompt, we are going to insert an object, a bool. And this is going to say sound on. Alright, so in the sound script, we need to say while true do, we need to tell it to wait, and then we can say if script.parent.sound.value is equal to true, then script.parent.car engine play, else script.parent.car engine stop. And now what we need to do is we need to make this looped. And when we activate the prompts, we need to say script.parent.parent.parent dot sound dot value equals true. And that turns the audio on for the car. Uh-oh. My internet is dumping. Alright, so maybe we could have found a better sound. Let's see. We'll go back to the toolbox. Ooh, that one's a bit better. See how that is. Whew. Wonder why it sounds so awful. It sounds so nice there. Oh, you know why? Because they're saying while true to you. We should actually be waiting. We should, because it's, that's why. We should be waiting 4 seconds in the sound script. Wait for. And then it'll play the sound. Yeah, there we go. Nice. And then we can have a sound where you can say if the wheel angular velocity is such and such amount, then you change the sound to like an accelerating engine maybe, or something like that, right? Let's see here if we have something like that. Car engine. Oh, that I actually like. That I like. I like that one better. That's 8 seconds, that one. So we get rid of that one, and then here we'll say in the while loop in the sound script, we just tell it to wait. This is car engine here. We shouldn't have to say that it's looped, because it should be looped here in the while script. And this, there we go. Yeah. So now we need a car engine rev. No, we don't want that. Ooh, muscle car engine. Here we go. So if we insert this, let's just say, and then this can be rev, and then in our sound script, I wonder if we'll need another one, unless I put an if in there. We could just say when you press W. The script .parent .vehicle seat .rev, and then you can just say play. There we go. So hopefully from this, you have now learned how to make your own little vehicle that has suspension, and it has lights, and it can drive around. So from here, we can pretty much do anything we want now. So now we have our own little custom vehicle. Again, the tires on this one are extremely small, so probably what I'll do in my own time is I'm going to make them bigger. And now that I have a basic shape of the vehicle, I can start to work on the proportions. I'm going to make the front a little bit longer. I'll probably extend it to there. Right, and now we have a little vehicle. We can put another seat in there. They don't have to be that big, right? They can be smaller. Again, this is it's just an example that we're playing with. So that way, you know, we're just checking it out. Perfect. Oh, it's not looped. Yeah, we'll have to loop it just in case you drive around. So this one here, this rev, we'll loop that. There we go. Whoa! Whoa, Roblox! Whoa, what's going on? Yeah, if the tires were a bit bigger, they would probably handle a little bit better. There you go. There you go. There you go. Again, so I hope from this small tutorial you've learned how to create your own little vehicle. And how to add lights and those sorts of things to it, and how to get it to sort of function. The way you want your little vehicle to function. And now you have a custom vehicle that you have made. Maybe you had a vehicle and you weren't too sure how to add code to it, or how to put it together. Hopefully this little tutorial has helped you with that. That is what I really hope. That is what I enjoy from these little tutorials. There we go. And then we just need doors. And then of course for the doors, we'd have to put them on hinges. So in the next video, what we're going to work on is we will add some gears to the vehicle. Yeah, we'll add some gears to the vehicle. So that way you can just select a speed, for example, and then the vehicle will just drive. I like that. First gear, second gear, third gear. That's cool. Now we've made our own. I am definitely going to make these wheels a lot bigger. But now we've made our own little truck. Which is cool. We have our own little neat little pickup truck. And now we're ready to make a game. A basic game. We'll try and make a little game out of this. What I'm not too sure, but that is going to be in part 4. Part 4, we're going to add the whatchamacallit, add the rest of the stuff. So what we can also do here is what I was just thinking now with the lights. When the lights come on, we can just scale this, and let's say this is just like orange. Where are we? What's a good color? Orange. Maybe that. And we'll make these neon. And we'll just put this in the body. I don't know, something like that. They obviously need to be bigger. The trim, right? You can add the trim to it now. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, check it out. We made this sweet little truck. You know, and then maybe you want to add like exhaust to it, right? We could do that. We could add exhaust. You know, something like that, and then we can just insert insert object, smoke. I don't know, something like that. You probably want to add an attachment, and then that way you can move where the smoke is inside there. But yeah, anyways, that's going to do it for tonight's video. Thank you so much all for watching, liking, and subscribing. In this video, we added the lights, and we added a couple more gears. In the next video, we will do that. We'll add the transmission, so we can switch gears. We'll make the doors work, and we'll just carry on adding things. We can add a bumper. As you can see, I'm starting to make the corners round. And then what we'll do is we will make some unions, and we'll try and fuse the body together so it has some sort of a shape, not just a square box. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing, and I'll see you all in the next one.